Salute to the mighty LDBC, Lions Den boxing community. For those who don't know now, you know. I'm here with a very young, special talent, brother by the name of Nafear Charles. How you doing, champ?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Real good, man. And first and foremost, you are an undefeated fighter, 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let the fans know what got you into boxing.
Got me into boxing. A lot of family ties. For real. I like a lot of my family was street fighters. We came up street fighting. That was pretty much all we knew growing up. And I I kind of got into boxing when I started seeing a lot of fights between not only just like my family, but like on on like TV. And then my cousin got into it, and he was kind of like my role model, so we both went in it together. And ever since then, I fell in love with the sport. It's been nothing but good vibes and positivity ever since. So
Okay, okay. What was your? Did you have an amateur career?
yeah, amateur careers,
Okay,
somewhere around 70 fights, I think.
okay. What was that experience like in amateur?
uh it was pretty easy. I mean, amateurs wasn't really too hard for me. I kind of like flew through it. Not to say it was too easy because there was a lot of competition, but it was a little frustrating at times too because being a heavy puncher, people didn't really want to fight you that often. So there was a lot of times where I went around 10, 20 possible fights I could have went to, and I never got the fight because the person didn't want to fight me, or it was just too hard of a fight for them. So it was a good experience getting to see new people and getting to meet people all around the world that know how to fight in so many different ways. And it was also a little frustrating because a lot of locally known fights I couldn't do because people just didn't want to fight me. So here and there, it was all around a good experience.
Okay, okay. And let the fans know what weight class you fighting at. If I'm not mistaken, it's lightweight, right?
Yeah, 135.
Okay, okay. And how would you, if you could control everything, how would you want your career to progress? Would you want it to be fast tracked, or would you want to take your time and do everything on a more traditional standpoint?
Well, what we're doing right now is a little bit of both. So we're picking fights that I know will not only give me a good resume, but at the same time aren't easy blowover fights. We're trying to move a little bit faster right now because the COVID stopped everything, and I couldn't really fight as much as I wanted to. The plan was to have around 10 fights by the end of this year, but it's looking like we probably won't be able to get like four more in, so somewhere around 7 fights.
Okay, okay, understandable. So how have you been staying in shape during COVID? I see, yeah, I see you in the gym behind you. So the gym has been open, or did it just back open? Just open back up?
The gym wasn't open, but we still worked out 2, 3 times a day. So we it was never a lapse in work. We were always working out. We always stayed in shape throughout the whole COVID quarantine situation. I've been in the gym religiously every day since it started. So it's really a matter of when I can fight.
Okay, and uh, who would you say more so are your? And I only ask this question so the fans can get a chance to get to know you a little more. But who are some of your current favorite fighters and some of your historic favorite fighters?
Current, as in like fighting now.
Yeah, still active, and then after that, some of the fighters you looked up to growing up or whatever.
I like Earl Spence right now. Definitely the way he's been fighting is real. It's really mirror. I like to mirror a lot of his shadow. I like to shadow a lot of his work. He his jab off the work, the slight movement, moving in and out, body work. it's all phenomenal in my eyes. In old school, I'd probably say between like Sweet Pea with the variety of punches and movement, and then probably Hector Camacho with the same thing. It's a lot. It's a lot you can learn not only from new age boxing but from old school boxing. Like a lot of people don't mention the teaching aspect of watching the old fights. They like to say, "Oh, this dude did that and this dude did that." But what can you gain from it? I feel like you can always gain something from watching a fight, no matter who it is.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. While we on that subject, Earl Spence Jr. has a fight coming up with Danny Swift Garcia. How you see that fight going?
That's a tough fight for both of them. I mean, eh, definitely not an easy fight for Danny, and definitely not an easy fight for Spence. I mean, Danny got a crazy left hook. It can come at any time, any angle. His punching power is phenomenal. It's definitely going to be a great fight. I see it. I want to go with Danny because that's my man and I know him personally. But I'd probably say Earl from what I've seen.
Okay, okay. Let me pick your brain a little bit more about some of the current fights. A lot of people want to see Sean Porter or Hill Brooks face Terrence Crawford. Um, how do you feel about Terrence Crawford as a fighter, and how do you think he fares against uh, uh, Sean Porter, Hill Brook, or even Earl Spence, top welterweights in the world?
I think um, Cal Brook is a phenomenal fighter for one. I don't think people give him as much credit as he deserves. He's a great fighter. I mean, the fight between him and Sean Porter was definitely something you got to put in your notebooks. Like he he's moved so well in that fight, and it showed a lot of people the blueprint on how to actually beat Sean Porter. Like, and Sean Porter is a definitely underrated fighter. Also, people don't give him the credit either. People don't want to fight Sean Porter for a reason. He is a problem inside that court. I said the court inside that ring. The entire time you're in that ring, it's always going to be a problem. He's coming at you with everything the entire time. So I feel like for Terrence Crawford to fight either one of them is going to be a rough fight. I mean, I haven't seen much from Terrence Crawford lately. I know he's for I think it was Velasquez or something like that. I forgot the dude's name, but he did give up a good performance. But I like Kell Brook, but I don't know if he's going to come in with the same mentality he had when he was fighting Sean Porter or before that when he had the IBF belt. Because not Sean, Kell Brook at one point he was probably one of the top dudes in that division, and I don't know. After he fought Gennady, honestly, that was a dumb decision to fight Triple G. He gained nothing from it. He only lost because I feel like his eye is real damaged now, and that really hindered him in that Earl Spence fight. But I feel like if he comes through, if he's fully recovered, it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Okay, okay. Where do you see yourself as a young fighter? Where do you hope to see yourself in, say, 5 years from now? What do you want the boxing world to be saying about Nafear Charles?
5 years from now, hopefully unify undisputed. But I mean, they got to give me the shot first. You know what I mean? I know for a lot of fighters that I've seen, a lot of great fighters, they don't really get the opportunity to show they true shine. And I feel like the progress and the potential I have is undeniable. You got to give me that opportunity because if you don't, I'm gonna just keep rolling through everybody that you put in front of me. So 4 or 5 years from now, I say probably 3 years from now, I want at least 2, 3 belts because I'm coming for everything that's available. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. And let me ask you, how did you link up with Rick Ross and CT?
I got into contact with him through one of my coaches. One of my coaches was able to get into contact with it, and we showed him a lot of my tape, a lot of my my older shows and stuff like that, and he really fell in love with it. So I got to talk with him in person, and once we talked in person, it was like magic. It was a true connection. So once we got linked together, it was. I feel like right now ain't nothing really stopping me. I got the backing behind me now. I got I got I got the fights now. I got everything that I really need. Only thing that I'm really waiting for is to show what I've been going through this whole quarantine. Like I've been pushing my body to the brim every day. So the only thing now is to showcase what I've been working so hard for.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So at this point, where do you what do you want your next fights to be? Do you want to? I think I asked you in the beginning, but do you want this to be a slow process to where you are building your career the traditional way, or do you want to? Do you feel like you're ready for the smoke right now, or contendership?
Shit. What I want to do is gain a little bit more experience in the pro scene. I feel like in my last fight, I opened up a lot more than I wanted to, even though it lasted only 45 seconds. I felt like I was a lot. I was like a toddler in there. I really just wanted to go for the candy instead of waiting for it. Slowly pace myself and get to it the right decisive way. But after I say about probably 5 or 6 fights, I'm ready for anything. Honestly, me knowing my body and how I work, I know that once I get developed with the professional scene, it's over for anybody that's in my way.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So at this point, who are? Let me ask you a question about. First of all, where you from, brother?
Philadelphia, PA.
Philadelphia. Okay, Philadelphia has a great history of boxing, and legendary fighters. And then Philadelphia fighters are known for their toughness and brutality. Really, you know what I mean? And defense. Who are some of your favorite fighters coming up in Philadelphia?
My favorite fighters right now, Danny Garcia for one. I've seen him work personally, so it was great. Getting to talk to scrap with him for a while. Um, Hank Lundy's definitely a historian. I feel like he showed me a lot of his older, not only his older potential, but his current potential. And just working with him, I learned so much. I gained so much experience working with him in so many camps. So, it was great work with him. Eric Hunter, great dude. I mean, boxing IQ is crazy, but eventually I hope to see him back in the ring. But that'd be up to him. Who else? I'm trying to think. Damon Allen. Damon Allen's a great fighter coming out of Philly. He's one of my sparring partners. Great work with him. I mean, I definitely see a potential championship in his future. He's a great dude. Uh, Boots is definitely a great fighter. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
what's up
for a
with Boots?
fact. Huh?
Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead, Boo.
Yeah, I definitely see a definitely top contention with him. I know for a fact he's probably already in the contender scene, but he's definitely a great fighter too.
Yeah, Boots. I've been trying to reach out to Boots, trying to get an interview with him. I ain't been able to reach him, but yeah, Boots is definitely looking like the future right now. Like he's gonna make a lot of noise eventually. It's gonna happen. But I want to say to you, brother, thank you so much for your time. You're an excellent young fighter, man, and we wish you nothing but the best, and we will be here to support you, family. All right, brother. Thank you so much. Salute to you.
Appreciate it, man.